Today on Good Morning Maine, police are investigating the murder of a child from Maine who was brought to Florida and was killed. We'll have an interview with the victim's father. Plus, a local courthouse closed yesterday due to being short-staffed, and local farmers and businesses are getting a boost from the government. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith. My colleague Craig is taking a well-deserved day off. It's my first day back from vacation. I definitely had a good reset button there. But hey, let's start the day with a check of that forecast. It's going to be a beautiful day. Here's Conrad Sapinski.
Thank you so much. All right, what a good-looking start to the day today. A few passing clouds here and there. Other than that, the rain finally moved out of the area. We had a good amount of rain, close to half an inch of rain yesterday. Today, looking pretty good wind speed wise as well. Only an 8-mile-an-hour breeze here in town. Barely anything in Bar Harbor into Rockland, so the coast looking really calm, but just up north, look at Millinocket, Greenville area, a 15-mile-an-hour sustained wind. So wind gusts are closer to 20 to 25, a bit breezy up there. Hold your hats, folks. Temperatures, though, still well above average to start out the day. Some upper 50s, around 60 degrees. A couple of cooler spots up north. Look at Greenville, mid 50s, and then even cooler the more north and west you go. Other than that, we are starting out mild with really good air quality. We're in the go. We're in the clear. Green means go, and we are good for today as temperatures continue to warm up, hovering around 71 degrees. Mostly sunny skies. It will be a bit breezy, though, here in town with a northwest wind gusting to around 20 miles per hour. Tonight, another chilly night. Way cooler than what we had this morning. Temperatures will be in those mid 40s. Mostly clear skies once again. And then for tomorrow, look at that, even warmer. We're talking mid 70s outside under a mostly sunny sky. And later on today, get ready, folks. Lots of sunshine will be returning with temperatures hovering close to 70 degrees.
Thank you, Conrad. A house fire erupted early this morning at 271 Elm Street in Bangor, which closed off a section of the road at the intersection of Elm and Stillwater. The first responding crews made it on scene a little before 4 o'clock. Mutual aid from surrounding areas was called in to help knock it down. It took crews only about 20 to 30 minutes to extinguish the flames, which did require the use of alcohol-resistant firefighting foam. The house appeared to be condemned, with the windows being boarded up. No word yet on if there were any injuries in relation to this fire. Police are investigating a horrific tragedy that unfolded in Florida when a father from Maine traveled south to resolve a custody dispute and get his son. Instead, he found that his son had been murdered, allegedly by his mother. Asia Reed sat down with the boy's father and tells us how his son was supposed to start his first day of 5th grade yesterday here in Maine.
Nick Hutchins of Jay had just been granted primary custody of his 10-year-old son, Aiden Hutchins.
I've always fought to be a part of his life and wanted always the best for my son.
Aiden was living with his mother, Brandy Hutchins, and 19-year-old half-sister in Florida. Wednesday was supposed to be his very first day of 5th grade here in Maine.
Fresh beginning for him, and he was looking forward to it.
A judge had ordered Brandy Hutchins to turn over custody of Aiden to his father.
He was supposed to come up here on August 21st and delivered by his mom.
Nick says his ex-wife didn't show up, so a judge ordered she hand over the child immediately on Friday.
We got in the truck, made the 24-hour trip to Lake Wales, Florida.
But authorities say Brandy didn't show up then either. The Polk County, Florida sheriff says they worked through the weekend to find Aiden, and on Sunday, they received a tip about his location.
We all got into the truck and drove to the location, and that's where I learned that my son had been murdered by his mom.
Sheriff Grady Judge says Brandy Hutchins killed both of her children, 10-year-old Aiden and her 19-year-old daughter, and then shot herself.
I can't imagine a more horrific set of circumstances. My heart breaks for all of the family. We're devastated for this beautiful 10-year-old child, all because mom did not want to turn the child over to the rightful father pursuant to a court order.
she took a lot from everyone being selfish.
Nick feels the judicial system failed Aiden. Now he wants change.
I don't want to take that many years in a court system to prove that one parent isn't having the best interest in the child's life.
The last time Nick was able to hold his son was in April.
Every night I called my son at 7 o'clock and FaceTime him. Every single night. No matter if he picked up the phone or not, I was there for him.
Nick says Aiden will be laid to rest here in Maine.
Always told them that it was never goodbye. It was always see you soon. He'll always live on in me, and I hope that he'll live on in the rest of the world's hearts.
That was Asia Reed reporting. In other news now, we're learning more about the 24-year-old suspect accused of driving impaired when he crashed his car into 4 state troopers. Tyler Croston was in court yesterday afternoon. His mother tells us her son is devastated by what happened. Brad Rogers has the latest.
As has become a common practice in Maine courts, the judge today sealed the affidavits from the investigating officers in the Tyler Croston case. But the judge did set a high bail for Croston.
I'll take up matters involving Tyler Croston.
With his hands crossed, Tyler Croston sat quietly as the judge read the charges against him.
Mr. Croston's appearing before the court by video in connection with a 9-count criminal complaint, operation of a motor vehicle while under the influence of intoxicants and causing serious bodily injury.
Investigators believe Tyler Croston was high on cannabis when he failed to slow down for the patrol car lights and his car went off Route 202, hitting 4 troopers standing in a driveway.
He was truly devastated, and I believe he was in shock like I am right now still.
Tyler's mother, Tammy Croston, told us she knew her son smoked marijuana, which is legal in Maine for adults, but she never imagined something like this would happen.
It's nothing I ever expected my son to do because he's never been that type of a kid.
She says she knew Tyler smoked pot the night before the crash.
But the night he left, he wasn't smoking that I knew of.
The judge set a $250,000 cash bail for Croston. If he's able to make bail, he will be ordered not to use alcohol or marijuana, that he submit to drug testing, and that he not be allowed to operate a motor vehicle under any circumstances.
The guilt that he carries is terrible. And he's just very apologetic for what happened, because it was such a tragedy. I mean, it's sad.
Tammy Croston says the most important thing now is the troopers, Jake Mowry, David Lemieux, Dakota Stewart, and Shane St. Pierre, get better.
I'm just sorry that it happened, and I'm glad that the troopers are going to be okay. That's, I think, what matters most.
3 of the state troopers have undergone surgery. State police say all 4 are expected to recover.
An Oakland mother pleaded guilty to manslaughter yesterday morning in the death of her 14-month-old son. First responders were called to 21-year-old Ashley Malloy's home in November of 2021. Carson Malloy was taken to a Waterville hospital where he was pronounced dead. State police detectives searched the home and found more than 5 pounds of fentanyl, more than 3 pounds of methamphetamine, and more than a pound of crack cocaine. Detectives also found more than $2,000 cash and other items indicative of drug trafficking. In court yesterday morning, Malloy also pleaded guilty to 3 counts of unlawful trafficking and admitted a criminal forfeiture. In other news now, Attorney General Aaron Frey has filed a civil rights complaint against a Jonesboro man accused of threatening an interracial couple and their children with a gun, saying 52-year-old Dale O'Brien allegedly pointed a handgun directly at a black man, his white wife, and their 2 young children while they were walking their dogs along a private road. According to the AG's complaint, the incident started when O'Brien's wife confronted the family, allegedly threatening that they could be shot for walking on private property. The victims informed the woman that the owner of the private road had granted them explicit permission to walk there. As the family was leaving the private roadway, they heard 3 gunshots. The report says O'Brien himself then allegedly came out from behind the home and began yelling at the victims and their young children to get out before pointing the handgun directly at them. The AG says O'Brien lowered the handgun when one of the victims started recording him with their cell phone. The family reported the incident to the Washington County Sheriff's Office. The complaint also states that about a month earlier, O'Brien allegedly bragged to a local hardware store clerk, saying he believed he could get away with killing a black person, using racial slurs to refer to the individuals. The store clerk was concerned and reported that incident to the sheriff's office as well. Attorney General Fry issued comments along with the complaint, saying there is absolutely no place in Maine for this type of behavior. A young couple walking with their children down a road they had an express right to be on should be free from the ignorant, dangerous behavior we allege the defendant subjected them to. No one should be targeted by threats of violence based on their race, and my office will actively confront racist threats in our communities. A slew of suspects have now been arrested or charged with drug trafficking, firearm, and other offenses after Brewer police raided a home on State Street last week. Last Wednesday, the Brewer Police Department, with the assistance of the Maine State Police Tactical Team, executed a search warrant at 54 State Street in Brewer. Brewer police say during the search, fentanyl, methamphetamine, and firearms, including one that was stolen, were recovered. As a result of that search and investigation, 8 people now face charges. 35-year-old Samantha Bolio, 35-year-old Patricia Peliquin, 32-year-old Corey Cahill, 27-year-old Amber Wilson, 67-year-old Michael Fowler, and 37-year-old Gabriel Estrella are all Brewer residents. 29-year-old Jonathan Oxton and 21-year-old David Wood were listed as transients. The charges they face include aggravated trafficking in scheduled drugs, unlawful trafficking, furnishing of possession of scheduled drugs, firearm offenses, and violations of conditions of release. Excuse me. Brewer police say the investigation is ongoing and additional charges are likely. Last Saturday, the body of 44-year-old John Lessard was discovered by a fisherman in the Kennebec River near Fort Halifax Park in Winslow. Our Matthew Duroncic spoke to friends and family who are trying to get answers on what happened.
We miss him terribly.
It's been 4 days since John Lazard's body was found, and the Lazard family is still struggling with the news.
It's just hard to even wrap our heads around that this happened. This is the last thing that we would ever thought would happen.
Lazard had been missing since last Monday, when it was believed that he went into the Kennebec River somewhere near the north end of the Riverwalk. Friends of Lazard also say they still haven't fully processed what's happened.
I'm just surprised that we're all just in shock about it. Like, it just doesn't even seem real to me, to any of us.
Houston says information surrounding her brother's disappearance has been scarce. She says her family is providing a $500 reward for any proof of John's whereabouts prior to him going missing.
We need real information. No hearsay. I need this closure. My family needs this closure. We need to find out what happened to my brother.
Hardworking, determined. These are a few words Houston used in describing her brother. Lazard's boss and friend Sarah Donnell echoed those sentiments.
He was one of the good guys. Yeah, he was good with people, super patient. Like, you know, I could have him around, you know, somebody that was a millionaire or dirt poor, and he would treat him the same. He had a big heart.
I know people know something. I know they do. And they have to come forward. Please, please, please come forward.
We reached out to Waterville Police Department regarding a statement on where they are in the investigation, but they couldn't comment. All Major Jason Longley could tell us is that the investigation is still ongoing. In Waterville, Matthew Duroncic, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
A shortage of judicial marshals and high-profile hearings in Washington County forced the closure of the Hancock County Courthouse to the public yesterday. Although it was closed to the public, the courthouse was still open to court clerks and other staff. According to a Maine judiciary spokesperson, the practice of moving judicial marshals between courthouses is not uncommon. This does, however, highlight the reported low number of qualified law enforcement recruits across the state. We are told that this was a one-day closure and the building will be back open today. All right, the time now is 8:15. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, Penobscot Community Healthcare is getting some help from the city of Bangor. But before we take a quick break, let's take another look at that forecast. Mostly sunny today, a bit of a breeze in the air, high of 71 degrees, dropping down to about 44 tonight. It'll remain clear tonight into tomorrow, or even warmer than today with highs of 76, plenty of sun.
Silver Fox Automotive is a family-owned and operated company with more than 30 years of experience. We are originally from the county and offer competitive prices and promise you will be completely satisfied with our work. We offer a stress-free experience to both our new and returning customers. We only use parts from reputable brands to ensure your vehicle is safe to drive. Here at Silver Fox, there will always be a friendly face to greet you. Come see us at 2004 Audlin Road in Herman.
In 18 years, Grant Gill will become an improv legend. That's why he's preparing for it now, with health tips and wellness tools from AARP to help make sure his health lives as long as he does. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Whether you're hurt by a landscaping truck like this, a work van like this, or any commercial vehicle, we know how to get you the big money you may deserve.
Hurt by a commercial vehicle? Call the twos. We win for you.
What can your John Deere compact tractor do? Attachments for any job. Financing that's as easy as...
like getting a library card.
Affordable.
You're going to get this bigger tractor, and it's going to be less money.
Dependable.
Through the rain, through the snow, I'll work through it all.
Comfortable.
And I haven't any idea how we survive without it.
Experience United and build a tractor package customized for you.
Let's play Name That Tune.
That's my guess.
I think that's a Hanson song.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at Name That Tune. I'd do a lot better if it was called Break That Bone.
Celebrity Name That Tune premieres Tuesday, September 19th on Fox.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith. July's statewide overdose fatality rate is down 7.8% compared to July of last year. This, according to the director of Maine's opioid response, Gordon Smith. Organizations such as HEAL, The Barn, Wellspring, and others gathered to share dialogue about overdose prevention during the second annual Overdose Awareness online forum hosted by Penobscot County Cares. Smith's suggestions include more available treatment centers, harm reduction centers, Narcan trainings, and the possibility of a mobile methadone pilot.
Almost 5,000 clients now on methadone. It is an important medication for those who have gone in that direction, and we'd like to do a mobile methadone pilot in northern Penobscot County.
Those who participated in the forum expressed encouragement in the latest statistics, but agree more work still needs to be done. Over $20 million is headed to some rural business owners and farmers in Maine. USDA Rural Development is awarding 45 loans and grants as part of President Biden's Inflation Reduction Act. In total, 17 farms and agricultural businesses, 5 working waterfront businesses, and 18 small businesses across rural Maine will receive the money. The funding will be used to lower energy costs, generate income, and expand operations. The department expects to announce additional awards in the coming months. In other news now, a Bangor shelter will be expanding thanks to millions of dollars in recent funding from the city. Our David Ledford has the details.
Bangor City Councilors voted Monday to give Penobscot Community Healthcare $2.77 million to expand and renovate the Hope House, a homeless shelter that also provides health services. The money comes from the city's American Rescue Plan Act funds and the Community Development Block Grant program. Councilors who voted in favor of the funding request say the changes will address the needs of the community.
if we're going to do this, we need to do it now. We have the funds and we know the need is there. There's just so many pieces of this that to me fit exactly what the ARPA funding is for.
According to PCHC's funding application, the money will allow them to increase the number of beds and bathrooms available, offer more services, and expand the kitchen, which currently provides 1,700 meals per week. Those who voted against the approval say the city alone should not be responsible for funding the entire amount requested.
I think this is a very worthwhile endeavor. I think by the city using Justice Act ARPA funds for fully funding this, we absolve the state of some of its responsibility.
This funding follows the more than $2 million the organization received from the county in June to expand its transitional housing program. PCHC representatives were not available for comment on the new funding. In Bangor, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
All right, the time is 8:20. After the break, Hurricane Idalia is wreaking havoc across several southern states. Plus, Senator Mitch McConnell freezes up again. What it could mean for term limits in Washington. We'll be right back.
Introducing the all-new 2024 Chevy Trax. The possibilities are endless. It helps you stay connected and safe.
Current qualified lessees can get this Trax for $249 a month. Visit your main Chevy dealer.
You should Angie that.
Angie what?
Angie that. It means connecting with skilled professionals for all your home projects, from repairs to renovations, so you can get the most out of your home. Get started today at Angie.com.
Mesothelioma is more than a ravaging illness. It is a disease that can ruin a family's finances and is never the victim's fault. The law offices of Joe Bornstein has been fighting and winning for Maine families for nearly 50 years, and we've collected over $500 million for injured Mainers. If you or a loved one is a victim of mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, call Joe today for a free case evaluation and to learn about your family's legal rights. Dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
Summer is ending, but the savings are endless at Bob's Discount Furniture. With 6, 12, 30, and 60-month financing options and new everyday low prices on my highly rated furniture, mattresses, and more. So join the fun at my summer send-off celebration.
Toyota's national sales event is on. Make the most of summer with a new Toyota.
We want the gray Tacoma.
Gray Tacoma coming in hot.
On it! Highlander Hybrid.
Highlander Hybrid on the double hang.
Here we go. That Red RAV4.
Run a Red RAV4.
Hit the deck.
Now that's how you holler.
Right now, you could save up to $1,900 with affordable 3.99% financing on a 4-wheel drive Tacoma. And every Tacoma comes with 2 years no-cost maintenance and more.
Come in today.
Toyota. Let's go places.
This morning, Hurricane Idalia hammering Georgia and the Carolinas after wreaking havoc on the Gulf Coast of Florida. Authorities have confirmed at least one storm-related death in Georgia when a tree fell on a man trying to clear the road. ABC's M. Wynn has the latest from St. Petersburg.
Overnight, Hurricane Idalia barreling inland through Georgia and the Carolinas after tearing past Florida's Big Bend. The storm surge inundating Charleston, the city's historic downtown, underwater. An apparent tornado caught on camera tossing this car into the air.
That car's flying!
Slamming it into another. The storm taking off the roof of this veterinary hospital in North Carolina. In Georgia, downed trees and more than 160,000 power outages reported in the state last night. But the fast-moving storm left behind more devastation in Florida.
The top of the roof just caved, slapped in on me and my 3 kids and my grandson. My daughter is pregnant. She's 5 months pregnant, so I was able to pull her out of it.
In Perry, 125-mile-per-hour winds knocking down this gas station. The powerful winds slicing through trees and stop signs. This home in Horseshoe Beach breaking apart and gone within minutes. In Crystal River, rescue crews using airboats to bring families and pets to safety. President Biden pledging federal support to the entire region.
I'm ready to mobilize that support of what they need.
I don't think anybody can deny the impact of the climate crisis anymore. Just look around.
The marina here in St. Petersburg was flooded yesterday. You can still see scattered debris across the area. Meanwhile, Idalia continues to hug the east coast as a tropical storm before it's expected to move out to sea this afternoon. Emlyn, ABC News, St. Petersburg.
All right, the time now is 8:25. Time to get a full look at that forecast with meteorologist Conrad Sapinski.
Thank you so much. All right, finally, rain, go away, right? And that's exactly what happened. The rain is starting to move out of the region. Things are clearing up, and now we have some decreasing clouds. The radar is still picking up on a couple of sprinkles here and there. Most of this is not reaching the ground. It's called virga, precipitation that's falling from the clouds, but then really evaporates and just does not reach the ground quite yet. And look what happens. We're actually going to stay very clear the next several days. Perfect time for Labor Day weekend and right in time for Labor Day on Monday. So now things are starting to turn. We're actually going to really warm up and continue to stay dry. Our future rainfall pretty much showing nothing, maybe a couple of sprinkles up north, but I wouldn't really count on that. Other than that, very, very dry for most of us the next several days. And of course, dew points are pretty much low right now, but by Sunday, mainly into Monday and Tuesday, dew points will start to rise. It will feel a little bit more muggy and sticky, but still, hey, I mean, if we're talking 80s outside for the weekend, mainly into Monday, I'll take a little bit of maybe uncomfortable weather. 80s beach weather, definitely beach weather, especially with these cooler temperatures we've been having. Look at some of these 60s outside we had last week. So these blue colors definitely indicate below average temperatures. We've been pretty much on an up and down type of trend, kind of like waves in the ocean. But look what happens now. We are really going up like a massive wave starting to move into our area. But the wave is coming in with warm temperatures close to 90 degrees by Tuesday. So that will be near record high temperatures lasting into pretty much beginning to middle of next week. So get ready. The heat is on the way. Today, we're looking at temperatures around 71 degrees, slightly below our average, but still mostly sunny skies. Definitely a breezy day outside, though, so you want to hold your hats today for sure. Tonight, things start to calm down. Clouds really continue to break up. We're going to be mostly clear. A little bit cooler, though. We're talking mid-40s outside, so way cooler than what we're starting out today. Tomorrow, 76 degrees, mostly sunny skies, and a light breeze once again. Our extended forecast outlook does give you guys the trend. We are going to be dry, temperatures warming back up into the 80s.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, depend on the knowledge and experience of Hammond Lumber Company. Hammond's Home Planning Center will turn your ideas into accurate conceptual drawings, and 3D visualization is available. Your Hammond sales rep will prepare a materials list and cost estimate. And when you buy all of your materials from them, Hammond will refund all of your design fees. Hammond can deliver your order from any of their 22 locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner since 1953.
IPM Pest and Wildlife Services has more than 40 years of experience. We are your trusted pest control experts. We bring integrity, reputation, and effective solutions to every pest challenge. We provide bedbug, ant, flea, tick, and grub control, and we also catch larger rodents. Call today to prevent rodents and mice from invading your commercial property, home, or camp this fall. 400-7702, IPM Pest and Wildlife Services. No problems, only solutions.
Oversharing can be spiritual.
Name someone you had a romantic dream about.
My minister.
Praise the Lord, Pastor.
It can be loving.
You love to plant a big wet kiss on Steve Harvey's what?
Lips.
Your lips ain't big enough for these lips.
It can be wet.
Name someone who has touched your bare bottom.
The pool guy.
Overshare with Family Feud.
Weeknights at 7 on Fox 22.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith. We turn now to Washington and the health of Senator Mitch McConnell. Another appearance before the media is fueling speculation about his medical condition and raising more questions about the age of politicians on both sides of the aisle. ABC's Morgan Norwood has more.
This morning, new concerns about the health of top Senate Republican Mitch McConnell, the 81-year-old freezing up, seemingly unable to speak as he took questions from the media.
What are your thoughts on running for re-election in 2026?
What are my thoughts about what?
Running for re-election in 2026.
That's
Did you hear the question, Senator? Running for re-election in 2026? All right, I'm sorry, you all. We're going to need a minute. Senator Benny.
Yep. I'm going to head outside, so come with us.
McConnell then able to resume, but it's the second time in recent weeks that he's frozen in front of reporters. In July, he was apparently unable to speak for 20 seconds.
Wait a minute. Are you good, Mitch?
In both cases, McConnell's staff said the senator had felt lightheaded. This time, they said he would see a doctor before his next event. McConnell has suffered a series of medical scares this year. A fall in March left him with a concussion and a fractured rib. Then in July, another fall on an airport jet bridge. And sources say for months he has sometimes used a wheelchair. McConnell is not the only politician whose age is raising concern. 90-year-old California Senator Dianne Feinstein recently appeared confused during a vote.
Just say aye. Okay, just
Aye.
Thank you.
Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
President Joe Biden's administration is calling to relax federal restrictions on marijuana. Following a review ordered by President Biden last year, the Department of Health and Human Services recommends marijuana be reclassified from a Schedule 1 to a Schedule 3 drug. The potential change would mean marijuana would be moved from being classified as a dangerous substance to a lower risk category. The Drug Enforcement Agency, which has the authority to re-rank the drug through a Controlled Substance Act, says it will begin its own review on the recommendation. Marijuana's current classification as a Schedule 1 drug makes it a federal crime to possess it, and re-ranking it could make it the biggest drug policy change in decades. All right, coming up on the second half of our newscast, a local orchard is up for a national award for the second year in a row. Can they repeat their success? This and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Maine is a one-of-a-kind beautiful state, and there's no better way to see it than from the air. Fletcher Mountain Aviation offers an aerial experience like no other, featuring seaplane flights where you will see the best views in Maine from the air and land on Maine's most beautiful lakes. An experience you will never forget, with views from the northern Maine woods, Moosehead Lake, and Katahdin regions. Come fly and see our beautiful state from the sky with Fletcher Mountain Aviation. Visit our website here or scan the QR code to book your flight today.
The bond between twins is a close one.
1, 2, 3, 4, I declare thumb war. Ah.
As day is tonight.
Would you like me to introduce you to algebra? Ow who? Oh boy.
And wrong is to right.
They both say weird kid who eats alone.
You can't have one without the other.
I need my own space. But we've always shared a room. I have a training bra. When you complete your training, get back to me.
Young Sheldon.
Weekdays at 6 on Fox 22. You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith, and today is Thursday, August 31st, 2023. August has just flown by. It's crazy, and it's going to be a beautiful day, though, so we're still getting some of that summer weather, although it kind of does already feel like it's shifting into autumn. Okay, though, today is National Overdose Awareness Day. It stands as a stark reminder of the harm that drugs inflict in our society, to remember those who have lost their lives to addiction, and to congratulate those who have overcome addiction. And it was also created in order to ask ourselves whether the war on drugs has been effective at curbing the drug problem in the United States. Either way, August 31st is intended to stand in solidarity with these issues in order to help try to reduce future overdose deaths. On this day in history, in 1886, the first major earthquake in the eastern United States was recorded in Charleston, South Carolina. I didn't realize that we have had very many earthquakes in the eastern part of the United States. This one, though, was very severe. It killed 110 people at least. In 1888, the body of Mary Ann Nichols was found in Whitechapel in London's East End, marking the first victim of the famous serial killer Jack the Ripper. There would be several more after her. In 1971, Beatle John Lennon leaves England for the final time, moving to New York City. And I think the apartment building that he lived in is definitely worth a Google. It's beautiful. For birthdays today, we have actor Richard Gere. He is 74 today, kind of hard to imagine. Actor Chris Tucker is 52 today, and singer Van Morrison is 78. A lot of talent, actors and musicians. I love Van Morrison. Okay, moving right along, let's check in with Conrad Sapinski to see just how much sun we're going to get today.
Thank you so much. All right, what a good-looking start to the day today. A few passing clouds here and there. Other than that, the rain finally moved out of the area. We had a good amount of rain, close to half an inch of rain yesterday. Today, looking pretty good wind speed-wise as well. Only an 8-mile-an-hour breeze here in town. Barely anything in Bar Harbor into Rockland, so the coast looking really calm, but just up north, look at Millinocket, Greenville area, a 15-mile-an-hour sustained wind. So wind gusts are closer to 20 to 25, a bit breezy up there. Hold your hats, folks. Temperatures, though, still well above average to start out the day. Some upper 50s, around 60 degrees. A couple of cooler spots up north. Look at Greenville, mid 50s, and then even cooler the more north and west you go. Other than that, we are starting out mild with really good air quality. We're in the go. We're in the clear. Green means go, and we are good for today as temperatures continue to warm up, hovering around 71 degrees. Mostly sunny skies. It will be a bit breezy, though, here in town with a northwest wind gusting to around 20 miles per hour. Tonight, another chilly night. Way cooler than what we had this morning. Temperatures will be in those mid-40s. Mostly clear skies once again. And then for tomorrow, look at that, even warmer. We're talking mid-70s outside under a mostly sunny sky. And later on today, get ready, folks. Lots of sunshine will be returning with temperatures hovering close to 70 degrees.
Kind of makes it a tough day to go back to school if that's you. All right, well, last year, an orchard in Levant designed a corn maze so impressive it was voted as the best in the nation by a popular magazine. Now, the orchard is hoping to repeat on that success, and with its brand new corn maze and pumpkin patch, our Matthew Durantzik has the story.
Truergy Orchards, a small family-owned farm with a big reputation. Last year's Winnie the Pooh corn maze design was ranked #1 by US Today in its 10 Best Reader's Choice Awards. Now, they're looking to go back-to-back.
We put a lot of love and effort into our maze, and we're just very grateful that we get the recognition that nationally.
Along with the corn maze, its pumpkin patch was also nominated to US Today's 10 Best Reader's Choice Awards for the first time this year. Truergy Orchards is officially recognized as having Maine's longest continually running corn maze, creating stunning designs for Mainers since 2001. Hand-drawn, designed, and cut by the Kenderson family, they create new, unique mazes every year.
We rotate our fields every year, so every year the canvas is a different shape. So it's fun. That's part of the challenge, is to make something new and engaging every year. We want to see people bringing their friends and family out here, having great memories and enjoying their time, but also doing it in nature where they can really experience beauty.
Isabel Carlesi is a second-year international student from Italy studying at Hudson University. She says coming to the orchard is a once-in-a-lifetime experience for her and her family.
I think it makes me realize how much I wanted to live the American dream, because it's a thing we Europeans only see in movies. and I feel like in a movie.
You can vote for both the corn maze and pumpkin patch using the link in our website, foxbangor.com. In Levant, Matthew Jaroncic, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Still to come here this morning, Ryan Sudol will have the latest with sports. Don't go away.
Now is the time to consider taking care of your driveway or parking lot. With more than 25 years experience, Harvey Paving and Seal Coating specializes in asphalt maintenance. A fantastic way to extend the life of your asphalt is by taking care of it, and we will fill in all the cracks and seal coat afterwards. This leaves your driveway with a beautiful finish looking like new. Why not increase the curb appeal of your residential or commercial space? Give us a call today at Harvey Paving and Seal Coating for a free quote, 262-0154.
Who likes to drink good coffee? At Carabassa Coffee Company, we roast premium quality coffee beans from all over the world. Roasted to perfection in small batches, our coffee is always fresh. We offer a large selection, including our specialty blends, organics, single origins, decaf, and flavor. Whether you like light, medium, or dark roasts, we have coffee to suit every taste. We offer flat rate shipping for online orders, and we ship fast. Carabassa Coffee Company. Drink good coffee.
Silver Fox Automotive is a family-owned and operated company with more than 30 years of experience. We are originally from the county and offer competitive prices and promise you will be completely satisfied with our work. We offer a stress-free experience to both our new and returning customers. We only use parts from reputable brands to ensure your vehicle is safe to drive. Here at Silver Fox, there will always be a friendly face to greet you. Come see us at 2004 Audlin Road in Herman.
Hood is the cottage cheese lovers love. Start with our award-winning country style. It's delicious on its own, or like this. That. Even, sure. Plus, it's got more protein than hummus and less sugar than yogurt. Then there's Hood's flavors. We expertly blend in real fruit or savory herbs for an unbeatable taste combination you can't recreate at home. Now that's cottage cheese. Hood cottage cheese. Always good, always Hood.
College football is back. So is the noise. Feel what you've been missing. College football on Fox.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's start on the soccer pitch. Maine women's soccer has the chance to go unbeaten in their first 5 games for the first time in years, and they're finding success in a number of ways. Tyler Cruz has more.
After 3 wins and a tie in their first 4 games, Maine soccer has a chance at their best start since 2016.
I'm so ready to get out there, and I'm so excited, and I think that everyone else is going to be excited, and we're just going to go out there, play our game, and do what we can.
While they keep racking up the wins to start the year, that isn't the Black Bears' main goal. Really, they're just happy with the growth they're showing each time out on the pitch.
I think we just take everything one game at a time. Our real intention every game is to be better than we were the last time out. And, you know, it's really a growth mindset. And so we take a look at each game and extract all the things that we can to make us better.
A lot of that growth is coming from the young players on the roster. The Black Bears boast a blend of experience and young talent, and 1/3 of their points have come from underclassmen.
You're always looking for people to emerge because you never know what a new season brings, and it's not by accident.
I know as a freshman coming in, it's very nerve-wracking, and I think the freshmen this year have really put in the effort, and they're showing what they're made of.
That success starts on the defensive end. They've allowed just 12 shots on goal in their first 4 games, a result of their pressure on the ball, something that also kickstarts the offense.
We say our press is the most offensive action and idea in the game. So we defend to create attacking chances. So it really is the appeal of our team that how well we defend ultimately translates to how well we attack.
And even when they get down, they have a belief in each other that's hard to break, which is going to be huge as the meat of their schedule is still ahead.
Whether you're down a goal at halftime, you're up a goal, you don't get points at halftime. So our team really believes that it's a 90-minute game and they're going to fight till the very end.
I think it's our communication. We don't really need to communicate with our words, but we just all know how each other play, and we have each other's back, and we will do anything to have each other's back out there.
In Orono, I'm Tyler Cruz, ABC7, Fox 22 Sports.
Thank you very much, Tyler. Looking forward to see if they can get that 5th fifth unbeaten game in a row. Let's go to the New England Patriots now. After some shocking cuts at the quarterback position on Tuesday, the team announcing Wednesday that the boys are back in town. Both Malik Cunningham and Bailey Zappi being signed to the Pats practice squad. Their plan came to fruition, right? Release both guys in hopes that no one else wants them, then bring them back into the fold while also freeing up some game day roster spots. We'll see if Coach Belichick will elevate either guy come week 1. Also, rumors swirling for the second year in a row that Kendrick Bourne was going to be traded. Pats choosing to keep him once again, something Bourne attributes to his head coach believing in him.
Appreciate Bill. You know, Bill stuck with me. I struggled last year personally, and you know, he's always pushed me and to be better. It's always about getting better, and I feel like Bill encourages me every day. You know, he could have just been like, you know, whatever, but he's always pushed me, and this year I want to, you know, go my hardest I've ever gone. I'm glad to be here, and this is where I'm supposed to be.
Great to hear right there. And finally, the Boston Red Sox. Sox losers of 4 in a row, hoping to end their Astros series on a high note Wednesday, with Cedane Rafael making his first start at shortstop. Top of the second, Astros up 1-0. Familiar face, Jeremy Pena skies this to shallow right. Verdugo can't get to it as it bounces into the crowd. Ground rule double scores Michael Brantley. It's 2-0. Brantley up now in the third with the score 4-0. That's a base hit into right. Alex Bregman and Kyle Tucker score, and it's 6-0. Oh dear. But here comes Rafaela to the plate in the bottom of the 6th. It's 7-1. Not anymore. Rips one off the monster. It's a double and his first big league RBI as Tristan Casas scores at 7-2. Rafaela on third now with Rafi Devers up. Lines this one up the middle, but what a stop by Pena, and he just gets the out at first in time as Rafaela scores at 7-4, and that would be the final. Rafaela goes 1 for 4. Here's Alex Cora on his performance.
Good, man. Good athlete. He took some tough pitches. He faced some good pitching, and you can see it, right? We saw it in spring training. I saw it back home last year. So just keep working with him and keep getting him better.
Okay, that's all the time we have for sports. I'm Ryan Sudol. We'll be back right after the break.
In 16 years, Greg Gerstner will land the perfect cannonball with friends he's already meeting now at AARP volunteer and community events to help make sure his happiness lives as long as he does. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
You should Angie that.
Angie what?
Angie that. It means comparing custom quotes from skilled service professionals or booking at an upfront price so you can find the best price for you. Get started today at Angie.com.
If you've been injured in an accident, get Maine's most recognized personal injury law firm working for you today. The law offices of Joe Bornstein, fighting and winning for injured Mainers for nearly 50 years. Selected best lawyers in America for personal injury, recognized for professional excellence. With more than $500 million collected for injured Mainers and over 25,000 victories for Maine families. Call Joe for a free case evaluation and get the Bornstein Advantage.
Toyota's national sales event is on. Make the most of summer with a new Toyota.
We want the Great Tacoma.
Great Tacoma coming in hot.
On it! Highlander Hybrid.
Highlander Hybrid on the double hang.
Here we go. That Red RAV4.
Run a Red RAV4.
Hit the deck.
Now that's how you holler.
Right now, you could save up to $2,300 with affordable 3.99% financing on select Highlander models. And every Highlander comes with 2 years no-cost maintenance and more.
Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
I'll go naked.
I bet you will.
The fun in a game of words.
Flip-flop, cougar, Little Caesars.
Sounds like a Tuesday for me.
Is choosing wisely.
I hope they know what it is, because we gotta take it. Want to try to win this thing, so I'll take Noogie.
25 words or less.
Knuckle head rub.
Noogie, you won the game, guys.
Weekdays at 9 on Fox 22. The Pet of the Week is brought to you by Riptide Smoke Shop in Belfast.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. I'm here with Catherine Ravenscraft and our pet of the week. Catherine, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Who is this?
So this is Opal. As you can see, Opal is a beautiful white cat.
Yep.
She really hasn't been with us for too long. She came in as a stray, already had a spay tattoo, so whoever lost her is probably missing her.
Yeah.
But she is available for adoption. She just needs, I believe, a rabies vaccination.
Okay.
And then she will go up on the website. But she is what we would call a fast track animal because she has come in and is basically caught up to date with all of her medical needs. We'll give her a few vaccinations and we're able to send her right out the door.
Right.
So I kind of wanted to mention that only because maybe someone is looking for her, and it's really important that you check with your local shelters as soon as your animal goes missing, that you submit those lost animal reports to them and to the lost animal groups that are on Facebook. And please make sure that your animals have a collar, that they're microchipped.
Yeah.
It's the best way for them to find their way back to you.
Right.
We are required to keep a dog for 7 days before we can put it up for adoption if
I
it
didn't
comes
know
in
that.
as a stray. With cats, though, it's only 2 days.
Oh.
And so the cat can go right back out. Yeah. So it's
Wow.
really important that you're working quickly to check
Right.
with your shelters and let people know that you're looking for your lost pet.
In this day and age, it seems like microchipping is kind of the go-to and the norm.
Yeah, and it really should be. A lot of the microchips that are installed, I don't know if that's the right term.
I guess
but
it works. What else are you going to say?
Yeah, exactly. But a lot of the microchips, even if the owner doesn't register the microchip for themselves, it will link back to the organization that put the microchip in. So they typically will have a record of your ownership, and
Right.
if the animal hasn't changed owners, you can still be tracked down.
Right.
So even if you don't go to all the extra steps to register it, which it's a good idea to do that, it's still a good idea to have your microchip. We've also got at the shelter these fantastic little tags called Pet Hub tags, and they just have a QR code on them.
Okay.
You can come in and buy it for $5, scan the code, and register your animal. All the registration stuff is completely free. Put your picture, your animal's picture on there, put all of your contact information. That way, if your animal gets out, anyone can scan the tag and instantly find out who this cat is, where she belongs, and hopefully get in touch with the owner. So,
well, that's amazing. And it doesn't go on their collar or anything.
it does go on their collar. The Pet Hub tag does.
Amazing.
Yeah. But yeah.
So Opal seems like she really wants to get away, but I found it really cool. You said earlier she's not using claws to kind of get away from you.
She really isn't. She definitely wants to go and hide somewhere. She's a little bit shy.
Yeah.
But
the bright lights and everything. Yeah.
Even when she kind of paws at me, she tried to make a run for it, and as soon as her paw hit my hand, I could feel her claws retract.
She's gentle.
She is.
Yeah.
She's a sophisticated lady. Yeah.
She reminds me of the white cat from Aristocats.
She's beautiful.
I can't remember her name, but beautiful. Yeah. Oh, those pretty green eyes.
She's just a gorgeous girl, and she is really sweet. She hides a lot too in her kennel.
Okay.
So please don't let that scare you off from any cat. A lot of times the shelter environment can be stressful, and they hide wherever they can.
Right.
Once you get a cat home after a couple of weeks, though, they'll come out of their shell.
I had a friend recently adopt, and it took she has one little room for him, and that's kind of been his room, and it's taken a couple weeks for him to really even venture out of that room.
Exactly.
But now that he's comfortable, he's so friendly, and he'll show her his belly and allow belly rubs.
Oh my goodness.
So really good progress. Just she had to be patient for a while.
That's exactly right. Yeah. And a cat will hide under a bed or under a couch until it makes itself comfortable. Even kittens will do that. So yeah, just give them time. Everyone needs time to adjust when they go into a new home. She'll probably hide for a few weeks.
I'd say that's a good last word. Everybody needs time.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, thanks for joining us, Catherine.
Thank you.
We'll send it over to Conrad Zapinski for our full weather forecast.
Thank you so much. All right, finally, rain, go away, right? And that's exactly what happened. The rain is starting to move out of the region. Things are clearing up, and now we have some decreasing clouds. The radar is still picking up on a couple of sprinkles here and there. Most of this is not reaching the ground. It's called virga, precipitation that's falling from the clouds, but then really evaporates and just does not reach the ground quite yet. And look what happens. We're actually going to stay very clear the next several days. Perfect time for Labor Day weekend and right in time for Labor Day on Monday. So now things are starting to turn. We're actually going to really warm up and continue to stay dry. Our future rainfall pretty much showing nothing, maybe a couple of sprinkles up north, but I wouldn't really count on that. Other than that, very, very dry for most of us the next several days. And of course, dew points are pretty much low right now, but by Sunday, mainly into Monday and Tuesday, dew points will start to rise. It will feel a little bit more muggy and sticky, but still, hey, I mean, if we're talking 80s outside for the weekend, mainly into Monday, I'll take a little bit of maybe uncomfortable weather. 80s, beach weather, definitely beach weather, especially with these cooler temperatures we've been having. Look at some of these 60s outside we had last week. So these blue colors definitely indicate below average temperatures. We've been pretty much on an up and down type of trend, kind of like waves in the ocean, but look what happens now. We are really going up, like a massive wave starting to move into our area, but the wave is coming in with warm temperatures close to 90 degrees by Tuesday, so that will be near record high temperatures lasting into pretty much beginning to middle of next week. So get ready. The heat is on the way. Today, we're looking at temperatures around 71 degrees, slightly below our average, but still mostly sunny skies. Definitely a breezy day outside, though, so you want to hold your hats today for sure. Tonight, things start to calm down. Clouds really continue to break up. We're going to be mostly clear. A little bit cooler, though. We're talking mid-40s outside, so way cooler than what we're starting out today. Tomorrow, 76 degrees, mostly sunny skies, and a light breeze once again. Our extended forecast outlook does give you guys the trend. We are going to be dry, temperatures warming back up into the 80s.
Mesothelioma is more than a ravaging illness. It is a disease that can ruin a family's finances and is never the victim's fault. The law offices of Joe Bornstein has been fighting and winning for Maine families for nearly 50 years, and we've collected over $500 million for injured Mainers. If you or a loved one is a victim of mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, call Joe today for a free case evaluation and to learn about your family's legal rights. Dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
Honey, where's the countertop?
I sent it out to the granite shop this morning to be replaced.
Wow.
The quickest turnaround in the business, the Granite Shop in Sedgwick.
Let's face it, getting training and experience is hard, but at Loring Job Corps, we can help. From certifications in automotive technology, obtaining your CDL, or learning building trades, we have you covered. Maybe you prefer joining the high-tech world of computer networking or cybersecurity. We have that as well. Don't delay, get in the driver's seat to your future today. And the best part, Loring Job Corps is free. Receive free training, free meals, and even free housing. Call or go to jobcorps.gov/Loring. Job Corps careers begin here.
I'm a little off center. Let me move. Okay. Well, the old Reader's Digest magazine was right. Laughter is the best medicine. And it affects show up in a new study. New research from a Brazilian hospital say some good guffaws and hearty howls of laughter help the body flow with oxygen and lowers heart disease risk. This is written so bad. I'm sorry. I didn't write it. I'm passing the blame on to somebody else. Laughter was even shown to help those who already have heart disease. The study included 26 patients averaging 63 years old and were mostly male. Researchers say the participants were diagnosed with plaque buildup in the arteries, which can restrict blood flow to the heart. The study found those who watched comedy programs had a 10% greater oxygen flow compared to other participants. Laughter also helped lower heart inflammation, a contribution to other bad things, a big word that I can't pronounce. Okay, laugh at something today, folks. Hope you have a great day. If you missed anything, head to foxbangor.com. Have a great day.